Hello everyone and welcome to another replay. This will be a set of two replays that I'm going to use as demonstration for any of you guys that are looking to learn a little bit about Protoss timing pushes against Zerg. I just finished these two games and I think I did fairly good timing on them. I did good scouting and I was able to see, sorry I didn't turn off my phone again. Anyways, it's going to be the red Protoss myself playing against Jekt, or I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Jekt, but anyways, blue Zerg spawning at the 2 o'clock position, and I'm spawning at the 12 o'clock. Jack says he's playing like trash. You better not lose, dude. Yeah, anyways, I haven't been playing 1 vs 1 very much, and as I said, I'm casting lately more than I actually play. So, yeah. Anyways, and he says you're a caster. Yep. Anyways, sending my probe out to scout with my ninth pylon, and then scouting. Scouting on this map against Zerg really early is very important to see if you're going to get 6 pool, 10 pool, 13 pool, early expansion, and you want to be able to see if you're going to be facing up against Hydras, Roaches, or maybe Mutas if there's a quick tech to tier 2. Back in my base I'm getting a 12 gateway and then continuing to pump out probes. I will get my gas shortly after as soon as I like to keep a steady stream of probes, and then once I can afford the extractor while having a second probe queued up by around 75% time, training time, I then get my extractor, and that's going to be at 14. So yeah, 12 gate, 14 hatch, or sorry, 12 gate, 14 assimilator, hatch, yada yada yada. And he indeed looks like he went for a 13 pool. And I did scout this, and I went away to check with if he was doing a fast expansion, and I did not see that, so I figured I should probably go up here and hide. If you hide your scout, and then you can use him again in a minute or two to see what his next tech after spawning pool is going to be. At this point, I also had seen that there was no extractors. I'm on Jekt. Back on myself. Yeah, there was no extractors yet, so I knew he wasn't going for Mutalisks or a really quick tier 2. I figured either Roaches or maybe a fast expand. Back in my base, I'm playing it safe. He does have an Overlord in my base. I'm getting the Cyber Core up as well as a second assimilator, continuing to pump out drones, getting up there for saturation. I'm going to have to take 3 off for this. Getting a first Zealot out just in case. I like to get a first Zealot if I don't know exactly what's going to happen. He did have 2 Zerglings here by his expansion, but he must have missed my scout going around. And I'm going to make a couple loops around the base. I do see he's got 1 extractor up now, and I will be going next to his Roach Warren pretty quick here. And as soon as I see Roaches, I know it's 2 gate into Robo Bay. So I think I let him get a little bit further away. Yes, I did let him get a little bit further away just so he wasn't going to see what I was doing. He had no idea right now if I'm going for 2 gate into an expansion or 4 gate timing push or 2 gate and then Robo Bay. So I built, I don't think what else, I was continuing to build probes. And then when I got 200 minerals, I decided to throw down a robotics facility. At this time, his hatchery is almost coming up. My scout, I believe, did get killed, or I brought him back, one of the two. But I did see his Roach Warren. I knew he was going to be going Roaches. So immediately, the Immortals I knew would be a good idea. At this time as well, if I would have seen that his Roach Warren wasn't completed, I would have been a little more skeptical on this because I actually done it myself before. But I'll have my Roach Warren in progress. They'll come and scout me. And then before it completes, when their scout leaves, I'll actually cancel it and then go quick tier 2 and go to Hydras. That way, if he does choose to go Immortals, it's virtually useless and the Immortals will get ripped apart by Hydralisks. Getting my 3rd gateway and an extra pylon, chrono boosting an Immortal out. I choose to skip the Observer as I have done good scouting. I know roughly what's going on, what to expect. And he's got 1 Roach out here, and I believe he tried to send, or maybe not yet, he tries to send a Zergling in to scout, and I'm not sure if it sees my robotics facility or not. And I should be getting up a 4th gateway here soon. And against Zerg, especially with these builds, I still do like to use sentries. If I have a well-rounded army, I like to not have to micromanage my stalkers. And yes, there was the scout. And if we look, he still didn't see the robotics facility, and I don't think he saw my immortal, as it was hidden back here, and he only got to like right here. So at this point, my warp gate tech is done. I've converted. I didn't get a fourth gateway. I thought I did. Maybe not. Anyways, getting them all into warp gates. I'm going to send any extra units I can. I should have set the rally point to the robotics facility all the way across, but I didn't. Sending my initial force up, I'm also going to be sending, or did I already send? Yes, I already sent a probe with me, so I'm going to want to utilize the warp gates and reinforce my army as best I can. So I'm actually going to put a pylon here. That way, if he's using his army and he's pushing out, or if my push fails, chances are my pylon will still stay there and be useful. I probably should have put it right up against the rocks, but I didn't. At this point, the pylon is halfway done, and I figure, oh, I'm going to go attack the destructible debris, and oh, sorry, my bad. A little bit too much of a click. And I do see that his Zergling sees me doing this, so I figure I better stop. I'm just going to push right in. At this point, I figure he's probably putting up some kind of defense, or maybe some units here. And I'm actually going to push straight in. He's got a few Hydras, a few Roaches, and some Zerglings. A couple force fields able to push these Roaches out, making them not very useful, or except for hitting my my Zealots. But I do focus the Immortals onto any Roaches that are available, just to maximize their damage. And I'm going to start warping in units. So this push, very effective. I've already taken out the majority of his army with mine. And I'm continuing to work on his base. He's trying to reinforce. Doesn't have a rally point set here, so he's got, yeah, that's rough. Lots of Zerglings, 4 Roaches, and a couple Hydras not coming into battle. They are going to catch this Zealot out of position. I'm going to move my Immortal up so he doesn't get surrounded by these Zerglings. He wasn't researching Zergling speed. The Immortal takes out the Roach Warren. The Hydra Den is down at this point. All he can produce is Zerglings, and I know I'm clear in the victory. Very good timing push, I think, on my behalf. He did screw up a little with not setting the rally point, but even if he did, I don't think it really would have helped that much. I just have too many forces being warped in. So I'm going to clean up the base, and that's pretty much it. He says, wow, I'm playing so bad. I just made a smiley face. Anyways, 5th loss in a row. I'm going to go ahead and queue up a second replay here for you, which is a different timing push, also against Zerg, but on a different map. It's going to be on Steps of War, and it's a short game as well, so it won't be too long for you guys. But this time I will not be using a Immortal or a Robotics facility. I will be using a 4-gate strategy. Reason I'll be doing that is you will see the way I scout and the way I see what he's teching to and what he's going to be building. Little things to watch out for, some subtle things that you will want to watch for when you are scouting. I've said this millions of times before, scouting is so key in this game. If you're not scouting, you're not going to get any higher in rank, you're not going to learn, you're not going to counter, and it's just not what this game is about, unfortunately. Countering in this game is very important. I was late on my pylon, actually, so I was a little bit late. I could have been earlier, so I sent him out to scout, and I'm going to continue pumping probes as usual. Back in his base, he is pumping drones, and this actually caught me off guard right now. He went for a 9 Overlord and then 10 drone. I usually go 9, 10 drone and then 10 Overlord. I don't know what's faster. I probably should figure it out.